what I've gained the most is peace. I feel so good about who I am, where I am, who I'm with. It just, I don't know, I feel like necessarily happy that I made. I'm not an overly sexual person. Sometimes I like to feel sexy, but it doesn't mean it's for somebody else.
That sentence alone, uttered by Selena Gomez in a quiet, vulnerable moment, has sent the internet into an emotional tailspin. Wait, what? Justin did propose to Selena? And she turned him down? Yep. Let that sink in. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. You think you know the story. Boy meets girl. Girl becomes pop queen. Boy becomes a global heartthrob. They fall in love, break up, make up, break up again, and then suddenly, boy marries someone else. And everyone thinks, poor Selena. But what if the story we've all believed, every tabloid headline, every fan theory, every cryptic Instagram story, was missing one critical chapter? This is that chapter. And it starts long before a ring ever entered the picture. When Selena and Justin first got together, they were barely out of their teens. Imagine your first love. Now imagine it unfolding in front of millions. Every smile, every tear, every tiny fight blown up into viral headlines. Selena once said dating Justin was like living in a glass house. And not the fun kind with panoramic views and luxury lighting, more like the kind that cracks every time you breathe. They were two kids trying to grow up in an industry that thrives on tearing people down. Justin was the rebellious pop prince. Selena was America's sweetheart. The tension between their public personas and private struggles created a relationship that was passionate, chaotic, and impossible to ignore. But what really happened behind the scenes? Was it all puppy love, or were there cracks forming even then? Here's where it gets real. According to Selena, the proposal happened during one of their reunion phases after a long breakup and right before Justin's whirlwind romance with Hailey Baldwin began. It wasn't some cinematic, rose petals on the floor, flash mob at sunset kind of proposal. It was raw, messy, emotional. He just looked at me, Selena recalled, and said, "Let's just do it. Let's get married. Right now. No more waiting." It wasn't a question. It was a plea. A desperate attempt to fix what had already been broken too many times. Selena paused. And I just couldn't. Wait, why not? What stopped her from saying yes to the man she had once called the love of her life? Selena's voice shook when she explained it. If I had said yes, it wouldn't have been because I was ready. It would have been because I was scared. Scared of losing him for good. Scared of being alone. Scared of what the world would say if she turned him down. But she realized that love built on fear doesn't last. And deep down, she knew, if he truly loved her, he wouldn't have needed a ring to keep her. And here's where it gets deep. Selena's decision wasn't just about Justin. It was about her reclaiming her own identity. For years, she had been Justin's ex in headlines, in interviews, in the comments of every photo she posted. Saying no wasn't the end of their love story, it was the beginning of her own. Ever made a choice that broke your heart but saved your soul? Yeah, this was that moment for her. Let's talk about the backlash. Because there was backlash. When Justin proposed to Hailey Baldwin just a few months later, the internet had a collective meltdown. Team Selena versus Team Hailey. Tweets turned into wars. Every interview, every appearance, every move Selena made was dissected. Is she okay? Is she bitter? Was Hailey the rebound? Selena stayed quiet. For years. But silence doesn't mean weakness. Sometimes, it's how you heal. She poured her pain into her music, Lose You to Love Me Anyone? That wasn't just a song. It was a confession. A love letter to herself. And it worked. Because slowly, people stopped seeing her as the girl left behind and started recognizing her as the woman who chose herself. Let's be real, heartbreak isn't cute. It's messy. You ugly cry. You delete and re-download old photos. You listen to sad playlists on repeat. Now imagine doing all of that while trending on Twitter. But Selena turned healing into an art form. She started speaking out about mental health, therapy, boundaries. She launched a beauty brand focused on self-love, not perfection. She opened up about her struggles with lupus, anxiety, and depression, not for sympathy, but to show others they weren't alone. One fan messaged her, "You made me feel like it's okay to not be okay." That's power. That's legacy. Now, let's not villainize Justin here. Love is complicated, and timing is a ruthless beast. Justin went on his own journey. And according to insiders, his proposal to Hailey was about stability, not rebound. But let's not forget, he did propose to Selena first. Was it impulsive? Maybe. Was it genuine? Absolutely. But was it the right time, the right place, the right people? Not even close. Justin has since spoken about regrets, mistakes, growth. He seems happy now, and that's what matters. But what's even more interesting? Selena's okay with that. Many fans wanted a sit-down moment, a reunion, maybe a song duet, a final chapter. But sometimes closure comes not with words, but with peace. Selena didn't get a wedding. She got something better, freedom. In her recent interview, she smiled when talking about Justin, not bitter, not resentful, just real. "I'll always care about him," she said. "But I care about me more now." Can you relate? That moment when you realize the person you thought you needed was actually the one teaching you how to stand on your own? Yeah, that one hits different. Selena Gomez saying no to Justin Bieber wasn't just a breakup twist. It was a masterclass in emotional maturity. Here's what her story teaches us. Saying no doesn't make you cold, it makes you honest. Healing isn't linear. Some days you'll miss them, and that's okay. Choosing yourself is never the wrong choice. Public opinions don't define private truths. Ever looked back and realized your biggest heartbreak was also your greatest teacher? That's the real plot twist. And Selena's living proof. Today, Selena is thriving. Not because she moved on to someone new, but because she moved back to herself. She's acting, singing, building empires, laughing, living. Justin? He's married, building a family, exploring faith, finding purpose. And here's the craziest part. There's no bad blood, no dramatic Instagram posts, no shade, just growth. In a world addicted to drama, their lack of it might be the most surprising part of all. Selena's truth cracked open a narrative we've clung to for over a decade. But now that we know what really happened, what do we do with it? Maybe it's time we let go of fairy tales that hurt more than they help. Maybe it's time we rewrite what love looks like. Maybe it's time we stop asking, what if, and start asking, what now? Because whether you're Team Selena, Team Hailey, or just Team tired of the drama, there's one thing we can all agree on. Sometimes the most powerful love story is the one you have with yourself. Have you ever said no to something the world told you to say yes to? Have you ever chosen yourself when it would have been easier not to? Drop your thoughts. Share your story. Pass this on to someone who needs to hear that no can be the most powerful word in the world. Let's keep the conversation going.